What's going on, party people? We're back with some more Babymonochrome action. This is our first round 3 match. This is between Ash, also known as Returns here on Pokemon Showdown, and Corck, also known as Corkscrew, on the opposing side of this match. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So this is our first, and I am McFlurry, of course. This is our first round 3 match. Just a little clarification of how, I guess, kind of the notation of how I have the rounds set up on the YouTube channel. Anyways, so rounds 3 will be a normal round, right? Losers bracket, winners bracket. Round 4 is only losers bracket. So the deadline to get the round 3 matches done in the winners bracket, they actually have a 2-week window. So you might see some round 3 and round 4 matches kind of overlapping a little bit over the next couple weeks, which is fine. It's all good. You get this quality content. That's all you care about. I don't care about which round is which, but anyways, once we get to round 5, both the winners and losers will be going on at the same time. Like I said, this is a round 3 winners bracket match. So the winner of this moves on to the final 8 of the winners bracket. That is the quarterfinals of the winners bracket. So that's exciting. Yeah, and I covered Ash's match last round. That was against Vyaz, and this is the first time I've covered Corck on the YouTube channel. Apparently very, very capable Little Cup player, so be interesting to see how this goes. Anyways, Ash bringing that, I swear this is the same Hail team I keep seeing with the Smoochum. Likely a Choice Scarf Smoochum, I'm thinking. I want to say Black Sludge Ghastly, and I also want to say I said that last time, but I could be wrong. But yeah, you also got a Snover, Diglett, Chinchou. We'll see if this thing's Water Absorb or Volt Absorb, and then a Mindfu, of course. Corkscrew bringing a pretty balanced team on their end with the Volibee, which I'm gonna guess the thing's probably Nasty Plot, but we'll see. A Natu, Drifloon, which has sweeping potential, of course, Mindfu. A Chinchou of their own, so it'll be interesting to see if these two Chinchows ever end up meeting up in this battle. And then a Ferroseed, probably looking to set up hazards. Yeah, Ash's team not really appreciating hazards too much, in that there's just one Floatymon that doesn't like spikes, unless that Diglett's on a balloon, of course, and 2 Pokemon that are weak to Stealth Rocks. So yeah, gonna be interesting to see how this goes. My cat is going crazy in the background. Let's get into it. Ghastly lead from Ash. Volibee lead from Corkscrew. Clicks U-turn, gets out of there, so probably not Nasty Plot. Natu coming in on a Will-O-Wisp that gets deflected back. Excellent. And a pretty ballsy switch too, just in case that thing maybe saw that coming, and or maybe in case Ash saw that coming, clicks Shadow Ball there. Both players doubling out. Chinchou, Volibee. Volibee U-turns out and sends in their own Chinchou on a Toxic. Good play by Ash there. Get the poison off on something. Mindfu switching here to take a Scald, and we get a burn as well. Chinchou Volt switching out of there. In comes Mindfu. Take the knockoff. Yeah, that's kind of the Pokemon you want taking that, I think. That are Volibee. Subs up on a U-turn, takes damage and does not do enough to break the sub. Ghastly switching in here. Clicks Shadow Ball, that will be able to break the sub, but Mindfu's going to click Payback here. That just clean knocks this thing out. Smoochum coming in. This thing's probably Choice Scarf, and they double back into Mindfu on the Ferroseed switching in. Good play, though this Mindfu is burned. Corck just going right back into their own Mindfu. Take a U-turn. Smoochum coming out again, threatening a Psychic, but no doubles into Snover there. And ooh, good play by Corkscrew, clicking U-turn there. Volibee comes out, and we see a Brave Bird, so it's definitely a physical Volibee here, if that wasn't evident before. Chinchou can take this thing on pretty well. I'm not going to appreciate a knockoff. The knockoff is weaker in this generation. Gen 5 Little Cup, should have said that at the start. And Corkscrew reveals a Volt Absorb Chinchou on the Volt switch there. Mindfu coming out here. Takes a crit Scald. This thing's going to die to Burn and Hail. And then Diglett's going to come in, able to trap this Chinchou, just knock it out with an Earthquake. But Corck can send in a few things here. Sends out Ferroseed here. Take a Final Gambit and sets up rocks in the process. Good play. Can't say I saw the Final Gambit coming, but here comes Smoochum on the weakened Ferroseed here. Knocks the thing out with a Blizzard. Natu coming in here. Has Sucker Punch. That is That's some heat. First time I've seen Sucker Punch Natu, but worked out very well there. That's awesome. Giga Drain on the Chinchou. Wow, this Natu is something. And it's a Life Orb Natu as well. Holy, I missed that on the first attack there. And can just knock out the Snover with the Psychic. Wow. Life Orb Natu with Sucker Punch. That's pretty sick. I don't know if that's standard or not. Again, I'm so new to this tier, I don't really know, but I thought that was pretty heat. Not gonna lie. Psychic, I do wonder what the last move was. Maybe Heat Wave. Maybe... who knows, man. Fly? No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't even get Fly. I feel like I've tried to raise one of these in-game, and I'm like, this thing can't learn Fly. It might be able to learn Fly. Let me know in the comments. Can Natu learn Fly? And can we make that meta? Anyways, let's get into game 2 here. Alright, sorry I'm all congested here. I just had a bowl of ramen. I don't know if ramen does that to you, but sometimes it just, like, I don't know, stuffs me up. And not like the cheap ramen. No, this is the good ramen. I had some crab meat in there, some eggs, some vegetables, some green onions, with garlic chips. I don't mess around with my ramen. Okay, let's get into this. So game 2, Corck up 1-0 here. Ash bringing a team, something a little more standard looking this time around. Not that the last one wasn't, but this is a very standard looking team. A lot more balanced, I would say. You got a Porygon, a Ferroseed, Ghastly, Mindfu, an Omnimite, which I'm thinking this thing's probably Shell Smash. This is probably the win con here. And a Volibee. Well, Corkscrew is bringing Sand. With the Hippo, of course. Can't have Sand without Hippo. Really leaning into the Sand, too. I mean, you have 5 Pokemon that don't take Sand damage. And the last one being a Fungus, which has Regenerator, so does this really mind Sand too much? Probably not. So really leaning into Sand. Expect Corck to maybe lead with Hippo and just get that going right away. Yeah, anyways, Lileep. This thing has SD. This thing has Barrier. This thing, honestly, might not set up at all. It'll be interesting how this goes. We'll see if this Bronzor is indeed Rest Talk, like we've seen a few times in this tour. As I mentioned, Fungus, Drillbur, and then what is likely a Sand-forced Diglett. Let's get into it here. So, Mindfu lead from Ash. Fungus lead from Corck. Takes a Fake Out. No Effect Spore, though I doubt that thing is. It's probably a Generator. Misses a knockoff, or Stun Spore rather. Then Mindfu U-turns out there. And then Ferroseed comes in on a Sunstorm and then takes a Hidden Power Fire, most likely. And then just gets out of there, doesn't want to take 2. Porygon traces Regenerator, takes a Sunspore. Good play by Corck, expecting a switch there. Hippo coming out here on turn 6, a little later than I expected. Volibee coming in. This thing is not Overcoat, took some Sand damage. Clicks Knockoff to knock off that Hippo's Violite as it sets up Stealth Rocks here. U-turns out, takes a big crit, so that lack of a Violite definitely got a lot of damage. But good play by Corck, just slacking off that damage. Clicks Knockoff as Ferroseed just sets up a Spike here. Maybe that Drill in the back has Rapid Spin, we'll find out. I could see it. Mindfu coming out here, clicks Fake Out on the Hippo. Actually, maybe not, in case this is a Sand Force Drill as well, which could happen. Hippo just staying in here. It's kind of done its job, setting up rocks, setting up the Sand. Corck has enough defensive Pokemon in the back to maybe deal with the rest of the team here. I don't know if Hippo's that necessary at this point. We see Volibee in against Drillbur here. This could be a Scarf Drillbur too, which is also a thing. Puts Rock Slide on the Porygon. And then Rapid Spin. There you go. It's definitely not Scarf. It's able to switch moves there. Takes an Ice Beam and gets frozen. That's unfortunate. Stays frozen as Porygon just recovers in its face. And then Corck goes into Bronzor. Doesn't want to play that game anymore. No freeze this time, thankfully. Then double into Lileep. As Volibee switches back in. Takes a lot from Stealth Rock there. U-turns out of there. Porygon coming here on the Lileep. Traces Storm Drain. I guess it's not going to do anything, but can't get Toxic because it's already statused. And then clicks Giga Drain. Gets a critical hit. He gets a lot of HP back there, so clutch crit from Corck there. Say that 5 times fast. Another Giga Drain here. Thankfully, Ash Click recover, so it's able to survive Sand. And 1 full Para, and this Porygon is in trouble. So playing the fire here. How many Giga Drains we got? There's 1. 12 more Giga Drains. Oh, man. Yeah, Ash is getting lucky with those full paras here. Oh, gets the Toxic off. Nice, nice, nice. It's in a range where it can take one again. Clicks recover. As Bronzor comes out here. Volibee switching in. Last time Volibee can switch in here. Calm Mind. Okay. Potential rest talk. Really depends on what the last move is. Probably Psychic if it's switched out here. Diglett's the switch into the knockoff. Loses its Life Orb. And then clicks Rock Slide just to knock out this Volibee. And now maybe we can see Bronzor get a sweep in later on. Porygon tracing Sand Force. Diglett just sets up a sub. Gets fully parried. Nice. And a big Earthquake crit. Okay, so Corks are getting some very fortunate luck there on these last couple turns here. I'd like to think that Porygon wasn't in range, especially without Life Orb. Clicks Earthquake here on the Fu. Clicks it again. Diglett in a very good position here. Can't get through Ghastly with Earthquakes. Maybe Sucker Punch. Nope, sets up a sub first. As Ghastly just breaks that with a Shadow Ball. There's the Sucker Punch. Okay, and it's Omnimite versus the World here. I don't know what the way out is. There's the sub. There's the smash. I don't think Omnimite gets like Rock Blast or any multi-hitting moves, so there's the Earth Power. You're not taking Earthquake though. No, definitely not. Crit didn't matter at -1, right? So there you go. So instead of seeing the Bronzor sweep, we saw the Diglett sweep. So well played by Corck. I do feel like Corck was in the driver's seat there that whole match. I mean, I know there was some fortunate luck there. They hear the full para, yep, and then the crit Earthquake. But at the same time, I don't know. I never really doubted Corck at this point in the game, really. I mean, that full para into that crit certainly helped, but I'm not going to say that was like the game or anything like that. And plus, our Corck had a one-game lead here too. They had another opportunity to get this done. I mean, they still have Bronzor in the back too. I don't know. I'm not nearly a good enough analyst here to know what the what-if situation was there, but I didn't really doubt Corck for a minute at that point in the game, so there you go. But we have two brackets here. Ash moving on to the losers bracket here, and Corck staying in the winners bracket, moving to the final 8 of the winners bracket. Well done. And they're not going to have a game for a couple weeks here, because winners bracket gets the week off next week. So round 4, once again, is just losers bracket. Round 3 is going to be a little bit of a mix, and we might see some winners bracket round 3 matches as late as next week. So, although this match is going up on Saturday. I'm recording this on Monday, so it's crazy. And my match is against Winter Bub. So, yeah, we'll see when that happens. I'll be sure to cover it on the channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and all that so you don't miss any Babymonochrome action here. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.